Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm glad you made it. Today I am doing a wall plaque. It is a double dragon intertwined at the tail. So I'm going to give this a try. I have some chameleon mica powder from Eye Candy. It shifts back and forth from the green to the gold. So I think that's going to be pretty perfect for one of these dragons. I'm just going to brush that into the tail area and up along the neck and the back spikes. I'm leaving his wings because I'm going to do that different. I am just using a soft makeup brush to do this. It seems to work a little bit better when trying to burnish it in instead of a regular little artist paintbrush. So I'm just going to go through that and I will be back when I am done doing the green so you can see what I'm going to do next on this dragon. Now that I have all that in, I'm going to move on to the wings. And yes, you guessed it, I am going to try the gold leaf yet again. But in my defense, this last time that gold leaf worked out perfectly. It was the mica powder that gave me a hard time. The green gold shift mica absolutely screamed for this gold foil. So I had to do it. And I'm not going to do the entire wing. I'm just going to put little patches of foil and I'm going to press it down, trying to burnish it in. I don't have a specific pattern in mind when doing the wings. I just want it in the wing area. Once I have this all down and where I want it, I am moving along to the other dragon and I am going to be using the Eye Candy purple shift, and this kind of shifts between a blue and a purple. I am going to brush this in the same areas that I did for the green side, along his neck and along his tail, and I will get that all burnished in there. I really do like how this purple is. I've used it a few times on different projects and it's probably my favorite. I'm sure I'll use it on many more to come. Alright, so just let me get this all done, get it cleaned up. This is very messy and of course I'm the one doing it, so it's going to be even messier. I will be back and show you what I'm going to do next on this side of the dragon. You probably already guessed what I was going to do. I am going to do some silver leaf on the wings on this side. Because why not? Silver will go with the purple and blue. I think it'll look pretty good. So I'm just going to take my finger and smush some silver around in here and lay it down in places. Rub it down. Get it to stick. Now that I think I have enough in there, I am on to my next step. I think that looks pretty good. I think it's going to be complementing each other pretty well. So I have my black pigment paste already mixed up and I am just going to pour black. And I will have black behind those wings. Hopefully the gold leaf and the silver leaf will stay put and look really good with the black behind it. I guess I could have probably done the entire wingspan with the gold leaf and the silver leaf completely, but I kind of wanted it to just be, I don't know, patchy, scaly. I don't know what I wanted. Just some highlights on the wings. I didn't really want it to be one solid color. And I thought that would be a little bit different and probably look good. Got a little bit spillage right there. Fill some more up over here. I wasn't sure how much this would actually take. I can already see that I'm going to have to grab my silicone tool and try to guide it into some of these spiked areas and down into that tail. It just doesn't seem to want to go into that tail. I wonder if we have a uneven mold here. So I'm going to grab my silicone tool and try to guide it where I need it to go. Get some into the tip of this wing. It's got like a little claw up there. I think it's a claw. I don't know what it is. It must be a claw of some sort. So I want the resin in there. Try to get it into the little spikes of the tail. Pull it down over here into the tips of the wings, and it seems to be sagging a little bit there. Hopefully that doesn't become an issue. We'll get it pulled into the spikes on the neck, and I want to be careful not to disrupt the mica powder that I had already put down. So I'm being gentle, not going very deep down into there. I also wasn't able to poke around with my tool because I didn't want to dislodge any of the powder that I had already put down as well. And as you can see, I did have an issue. I walked away to get a different tool and it spilled everywhere. So once you put resin into this mold, it pulls it and weights it down and it spilled out. So I have it propped up with a couple of molds, some popsicle sticks, like a pile of 6 popsicle sticks put together. And I'm going to stick some molds underneath the back side of the neck on this one. And I will have to babysit and make sure, this and make sure it doesn't continue to overflow and go all over the place. I have quite the mess to clean up. I have 2 smaller molds that I'm propping up here behind the head, and hopefully that does the trick. Well, it didn't run over anymore, but I do have some trimming that I'm going to have to do. So let's demold this and see how bad it is. Pretty easy to demold. Just got to be careful of the little spiky things on the back so you don't break any of them off. Comes out pretty simple. Other than that, oh, look at that. Yep, those little spikes on the back of the neck of those dragons stayed in the mold. So we're going to have an issue there. But look at the colors. And the leaf, gold leaf and silver leaf, look pretty good on there. All right, I like that. Okay, we're going to trim just a little bit because we have quite a bit of overflow there from when the mold was uneven. Yeah, this mold gave me a lot of problems. I don't think I will do this mold again. If anybody has this mold and they've done it, I wonder if you had the same issue I did with the weight of the resin pulling down on those wings, and if you had to prop them up as well. I found that to be a real inconvenience and very messy. All right, so on the wings, I don't know what those are supposed to be in the wings. Bone structure, cartilage, I don't know. I am just taking my silver marker and I am highlighting those. I highlighted the toenail type looking thing at the top of the wing. I'm doing the nostril, the eyeball, and the little horn that runs along the top of the head. I'm just doing the every other kind of striped section there. I am going to do the other side with the gold Sharpie, and it's not coming out. Let me press it down. See if I can get some color to come out of it. Came out on the napkin. It is not coming out on my piece. Alright, I need to find a different gold marker. Hold on a second. Alright, here we go. Now we have this gold marker. Works much better. I'm going to highlight the wings, that toenail type thing at the top there, and those spines on the wings. Looks pretty good. Do its eyeball. And I'm going to do the little stripes on the top horn here as well. Do my every other stripe. That looks pretty good. I'm just looking to see if I want to do anything else. I'm going to highlight the spikes on the back of the neck and the back of the tail of the dragon. I'm going to do the stripe down the tip of the tail. So now I've got to grab my silver and do the same thing for the other one that I just did to the gold one. I think that looks pretty good. Take a look at it. It needs a little something. I need to be able to fix those bubbles that are in the ends of those horns that didn't come out of the mold itself because I wasn't able to poke around in there because of the mica powder. So my solution is going to be just to glue some rhinestones onto the end. And I am going to use green on the green dragon, of course. These will match pretty good. It's kind of like an emerald green. Don't have really any kind that flip-flopping color. So this is the closest I'm going to get. And I didn't think gold would look good. Actually, gold might have looked really good. Now that I'm thinking about it, gold might have stood out better. Oh well, it is what it is. I think putting the rhinestones on these spots is much better than having to go back in with UV resin. Try to match up that area there where it doesn't look like it's filled in. So I think this is a better option. I'm going to put a flatback rhinestone in the eye as well. Give it a green eye. Think that'll look good. Now I have my purple rhinestones for the purple dragon, and I'm just going to repeat what I did on the green one. Put my glue down, get my rhinestone positioned on that ridge to cover up that bubble. And I think that adds a little bit of sparkle to it and makes it pop just a little bit. Serves double duty to cover up those holes. I need to give this dragon an eyeball as well. And I think I am going to do that second row of dragon pointy scales and add rhinestones to that too, just to even it out. It had two separate rows. I didn't want it to just be one row to make it look like I was actually trying to cover something up. Make it more uniformed like it was supposed to be there to begin with. So I am doing the purple side, and now I have to go back and do the second row on the green side. So I'm getting my glue on there, getting my rhinestones on there, trying to make sure they balance on those little spikes without falling off. And I'm pretty happy with that. I think I'm calling this one done. I love the color in it. I think it looks really good. I like the wings, and the rhinestones were a good touch and a good save. What do you think? That is it for today. I am just going to get you a couple pictures. Thanks for watching.